As we welcome you back to TNC Sports Tonight, I am joined by Mr. Silvino Riverol. He is the CEO of PROFC, and it's been a while since we last sat around the table here to talk about MMA. So tell me, why are you here tonight? What is happening?
First of all, thank you very much for having us here tonight, having me tonight, and good seeing you after
Same here,
about
my brother.
4 years. I haven't seen you, but
4 to 5 years, yeah.
But the movement of MMA, I'm still driven by it. I'm still pushing it, and now we're all the way to PROFC 11. The last time I saw it was PROFC 3. So there's been 8 events after that, and the momentum is picking up, and I'm very excited to promote and have Cayo hosting our event for the second time.
Very good. So let's talk a little bit about what is PROFC 11. I know you said that last time we sat and we talked, it was PROFC 3. Right. Now it's PROFC 4, 5, 6, 7. We're up to 11.
Yeah, right. Well, one of the major changes in PROFC now is we have every single fight has a Belizean fighter, right? We have a good pool of Belizean fighters because we have gyms pretty much in every town as of now. So if you go to San Pedro, you can train. You go to Rangerock, you can train. You come to San Ignacio, you can train. You go to Belize City, you can train. Placenza, everywhere. So that's one of the good things about it, that the sport is growing. So gyms are growing. More young people are getting involved in the sport because they realize it's a legit sport. You can actually become a professional now, get paid. And it's different than basketball or football because with MMA, it's even though you're part of a team, at the end of the day, it's one person that you can take it to the professional level. You can get millions of dollars because it's mainstream. So it's up to you. And we have talent in Belize. Belize has a lot of talent. For example, a guy I brought with me, Jalen Perez, he's a 17-year-old guy. He's been fighting from his 14, now he's 17, undefeated. He's a bantamweight champion. He beat Jonathan Chutan from Guatemala for the belt. And Jalen is still undefeated, and he's going to fight a Mexican this weekend here in San Ignacio.
And you will be meeting Jalen, so don't go nowhere.
Right, that's right.
But, you know, when MMA first hit Belize, as a parent, you know, sitting down and watching, maybe just browsing through the television, and you come across MMA, you know, the first thing that at least me came to my mind that I would never want to be involved in a sport because it looked like it's a very brutal sport. Has that concept changed over, let's say from MMA 3 up to MMA 11? Has that concept changed? And you said that the number has grown. Yes. Talk to me a little bit about.
Well, definitely it has changed the prospect of what people have vision of MMA, because, for example, we have a lot of MMA gyms and we have kids. Like at my gym in Orange Rock at War Training Center, I have kids all the way from 6 years old all the way up to 30-year-old men, right?
Very
here
good.
In San Ignacio at Dome Bling Jiu-Jitsu Academy, they have a kids program just like mine. So they have kids training for Jiu-Jitsu, eventually to MMA, and that goes for all the gyms in the country, right? So the parents are realizing it's a safe sport. Our sport is very safe, especially in the amateur section, because they wear padded gloves, turtle gloves. We also have referees that don't allow too much damage to be taken. And we also have judges, we have doctors, we have everything. So it's a legitimate sport.
Now how has MMA taken off within the country of Belize, and where would you say you get your best support when you move, whether it be in Orange Walk, maybe here in San Ignacio or in Belize City? Where do you get your best support?
Right, well, honestly, to be honest, the biggest support we have gotten was in San Ignacio for PROFC 9. That was the biggest crowd we ever had. We sold out the entire bleachers and the VIP. And the crowd was from 6:30 when we said gate open. Literally, I arrived like 6:35. I usually arrive 5-10 minutes before the gates open, you know, before the event is 7:30. So I figured when I arrived 6:35, I would be good. And there was already a line. I was like, whoa, Cayo people love their combat sports. Different culture here in Cayo, right?
So that's a good thing to see, right? That now even the fans are engaged in MMA, and you know, all fans being engaged, where the fans make up their parents within the fans makeup. I know they might say, you know what, I think I want to release my son into something like that. Especially if you see your son, maybe, I'm just saying maybe, have an anger issue, that MMA, and let me ask you this question, is MMA the thing that could really help a kid with anger issue?
I believe for the entire country, Belize, all the kids that are out there with all that anger and negative energy, if you channel it through MMA or through Jiu-Jitsu, any martial art, it's always good because it becomes positive and then the kid becomes disciplined. And I can give you examples, like I have Kyle and Xander Novello. They have been at my gym from they're 6 years old, now they're 9 and 10. So, and the kids, their parents will say, man, these kids will be running around after school, they get too much energy. Now after they go to the gym, they do their homework and by 8:39, they're sleeping, right? So they channel all that little extra energy to their martial arts. The same thing goes for like Jalen. Jalen was a troubled little kid. And now he's a champion in PROFC, and he's disciplined, he gets more disciplined, becoming a respectful citizen in Orange Rock and throughout Belize, you know. So the same thing goes for everyone. Just try it and get your kid in there. If you have a problem with them, I'm telling you, it's like pretty much instead of paying babysitter, subscribe
Send
to a
them
gym.
to the gym.
Yeah, send them to a
Send
gym.
them to the gym.
And there's gyms everywhere around the country.
They're well supervised, and you know, they won't get out of hand when they're in the gym, because the gym in itself entails discipline.
Right.
So what is at stake, and tell us what will be happening here in San Ignacio come Saturday night.
Saturday night, well, the event starts 7:30 p.m. at the Victor Galvez Stadium Auditorium. And we have 10 exciting MMA fights. And actually, we have 4 guys from San Ignacio fighting. So, Cayo people, make sure you come and support your local boys, right? We have Ian Gab, who is one of the guys that's coming up in PROFC. He's now dropping weight to 145 pounds. He's going to be fighting Jeremy Salgado from San Pedro, La Isla Bonita. So, it's going to be a Belizean fight, but it's a fight between Cayo and San Pedro. We also have Axel Montero, another young guy. He's debuting his fight from San Ignacio. He's fighting a guy from Plasencia. It's going to be another Belize versus Belize fight. We also have Johan Rodriguez, who's fighting a guy, Herbert Celaya, from Merida, Yucatan. Johan is from San Ignacio. Again, another 15-year-old prospect that's coming up and doing his thing, right? And we also have, of course, Ismar Vasquez, who is known as the last emperor or last dragon of the West.
Wow.
That's what he calls himself. And he's a very good fighter. I know he wants to redeem his last. The only loss he has is to this guy, Luis Duran from Merida, Yucatan. And they're going to fight, and Ismar is looking to get his rematch and his revenge, right? So, Cayo people, come and support your local boys. I'm telling you, it's going to be a night. And we also have Belizeans versus Mexicans. So, bring your Belize flag, support your Belize team. We want to go with all the fights. It's going to be 5-0, 5 Belizeans against Mexicans. We want to go 5-0 that night.
So how many fights do we have on a
10. We have 10 MMA fights. Yeah, so it's a night from 7:30 to about 11 o'clock. It's going to be all exciting MMA fights. And if you've never been to a ProFC event, I ask you to come out. In ProFC, we have beautiful lights, we have the screens, we have music, and it's an event, right? It's not like it's like a boring fight night. It's actually an event. If you've been to a UFC event, the ProFC is the closest thing to you can get in this entire region to it.
You won't lack of entertainment.
No.
This is what I'm hearing.
Right.
And so the venue will be the Victor Galvez Stadium. Let's talk about ticket prices, and with food be on sale, will drinks be on sale?
Yes, tickets are $25 and you can purchase them at CP gas station in Santa Elena or from any ProFC fighter, right? Also, the VIP, you can do them online through WhatsApp 6700716. And then when you WhatsApp that number, they text you the information to get your VIP ticket, which is only $60 to sit down next to the cage. And you also get a waitress or a bartender to serve you all the night, so you don't have to get up from your seat. And then we will have, we have food in there. So they have a lot of food, they have drinks, all the drinks soft and not so soft. They will have a lot of police officers, a very secure environment. And like what I said, the fights happen in the cage and they're all disciplined fighters. It's not street fighting, it's MMA, mixed martial arts.
Right. So, you know, when it comes to our athletes, do you see that we have the quality of athletes to maybe one day hit it on a big stage, probably in Vegas or somewhere in the USA where MMA, it's just huge?
100%, 100%. In fact, we already have a professional fighter, Mac Vasquez, right? He's the first trained Belizean fighter from Belize to go professionally. He fought already in Cancun and he won by a TKO.
Wow.
He's actually has a record of 2-0. Right now, he got injured a year ago, so he's kind of off of it because he broke his hand. And he might come back again very soon. But we also have people like Jalen Perez, who is pretty much in his last 2 amateur fights, and he's going to go pro and go fight outside of in the US as well. No, so we have people that you're going to be people like from Belize born, Belize trained in the UFC or in Bellator or in PFL, with big companies in the US, right? International.
Now, what would you want to see happen for ProFC? Just before we came on here, you were telling me that you have corporate sponsors, but you know, that has taken you to a certain distance, if I should use that word, in MMA. But what else can happen for MMA here in the country of Belize to say, well, you know, it is self-sustainable. Players, the fighters now, they can earn a living off MMA.
That's actually the main goal of what I want to do. I want to have this ProFC, this MMA company, for fighters to eventually to fight pro here in Belize and to take ProFC outside of the region, like in the Caribbean, in Mexico, in Guatemala, because our name for ProFC already has a good marketing brand already. And I want to encourage the big companies out there. If you haven't become part of ProFC, jump on it, because I'm telling you, this is the fastest growing sport in the world. And here in Belize, we're growing, and thanks to people like TNC, you know, that support us, giving us interviews, and other channels out there give us interviews. We're growing in the right way, but we can grow even faster if, you know, we get invited to more interviews and for people to cover us the same way they cover football and basketball. We just need that mainstream coverage in Belize, because we're not getting that mainstream coverage yet. We're getting there slowly, but not the love that they give to other sports. And MMA, we have as much audience as any other mainstream sport. I can guarantee that.
Yeah, and I have to agree with you, because I was part of one of the event some time ago, and I was really impressed by outpour of fans that came out to watch the MMA, and it changed my whole concept of MMA when because I was there, right there next to the cage, and I saw how controlled the sports are, and I said, wow, this is very exciting.
That's right, that's right. And I'm glad you witnessed it and you experienced it. And so when you tell your friends tell your friends, and that's the way we network throughout it. And also, like what I said, I just want to encourage, especially the corporate sponsors, if you're watching, feel free to call me, 670-0716. I'm ready to take your call and to give you a spot there in the cage, because we put your logos in the cage. We do a lot of marketing, social media, TV interviews. We also have the fighters hold your products, you know. So it's a way for you to market yourself, and it's a way for us to help the local people in Belize have fights, get money, get paid money eventually, you know, stuff like that, you know.
All right, Silvino, it was a pleasure to sit here with you to talk about MMA, and I hope that we will have you back in the future to talk more about MMA as the sports continue to develop here in the country of Belize. I'm so excited about what is going on. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
joining
Mr.
me.
Garbett, and thank you everyone that's home.
All right, what we'll do, we'll go to a break, and when we come back, I'll be joined with the champ. The champ will be right here on set, so stay with us. You don't want to miss. We'll be back.